I believe that will be enough for my profile. Oh, it's over? Though I confess that I don't quite understand how you were injured, Miss Parkin. Raph, that's how? Erica Raph? The Ravenclaw beater? She hit a bludger at me. On purpose. Really? That's very interesting. Care to comment, Emmzy? Tell Rita what happened or don't tell her. I don't know if I can trust her, so maybe I'll just, I probably shouldn't? And also she's a reporter, so whatever I say to her, she can turn some of my words around. Probably use it against me and stuff. So, no comment. That's team business. Yeah, not reporter business. I'll find out eventually, Emmzy. Oh my goodness, her face. Evil with determination. For exposure of the truth. That's enough for today. Miss Parkin needs to rest. Especially as she insists on attending your upcoming match. It'll be weird watching from the stands, but I wouldn't miss it for the world. But remember, you have to find a way to beat Raph. Otherwise, we can kiss the Quidditch Cup goodbye. If there is a will, there is a way. Don't you worry, Sky. I'll figure out a way. Go on! Our team is counting on you. I look forward to your coming match, Emmzy. Really? Even though Sky won't be able to play? I confess that her absence is a problem for my article, but I have learned something far more important. And that is? What do you mean? Miss Parkin is not the only Quidditch star on your team. Wait, there's another Quidditch star? Who's the other one? Enjoy the match. I'll have my eye on you. Have you met with Sky, Emmzy? How is she? I mean, aside from the whole bludger to the ribs thing. Murphy, she seems fine. She just needs to rest up a bit more and then she'll be back on her feet in no time, but she'll be watching on the sidelines. She seems to be feeling better. She was surprisingly chipper about having Rita Skeeter there. Apparently I'm happy even though I have no idea who she is. Sky told me we'll have to find Raph's weakness if we're to have any chance of beating Ravenclaw. Raph's the best player they've got. If you don't find a way to defeat her, you'll never win the Quidditch Cup. I disagree. This trial is about more than any individual player. It is about our strength as a team. But if Raph has a weakness, shouldn't we at least know what it is? Know your enemy, Orion. Animosity is the storm that rocks our ship. If we are not careful, we could all drown in the wreckage. Animosity is... Did I say that right? What is animosity? You and big fancy words, Orion. Discovering Raph's weakness could serve our team on the pitch. Right, Orion? Besides, I happen to know exactly where we should start. Did Sky ask you to find Raph's weakness too? Well, I mean, of course. Why do you think he did the fancy doodle on the board magic trick? She didn't have to. It's the strategic thing to do. And I tend to compile Quidditch information when I'm nervous. Statistics are relaxing. Besides, I've written play-by-play accounts of every Quidditch match I've seen. If Raph's got a weakness, it's somewhere on here. If we look at the data long enough, we might find something that will help us. Who knows? Perhaps it will inspire us. For the purpose of team cohesiveness, I shall join you. Excellent! Let's get started. I can't think of any weakness we could use against Raph. Indeed, her foundation is strong. If she suffers from a weakness, her team has done well to hide it. Ravenclaw hasn't lost a single match since Ralph joined. She's an unbeatable beater. Unbeatable beater. Oh. I'd hope we could connect the dots and figure something out. But we don't have enough data for a statistical analysis. It looks like this strategy will need a new strategy. Oh, Madam Mooch is right there, too. Wait. How much of it has she heard? Miss Spirits, your head of house wants to see you. Oh, head of house? But if the head of house wants to see me, that doesn't really kind of sound good. I like how I'm shocked too, and she looks a bit and Hooch looks a bit stern. I must advise you to hurry. What could this be about? You wanted to see me, Professor? Am I in trouble? Why, yes. Thank you for coming, Miss Spirits. It seems like only yesterday we were discussing your first house match. Oh, and now we're discussing the third and final one against Ravenclaw, right? You were so eager to get on your broom and play for Hufflepuff. And now you're preparing to play Ravenclaw for the Quidditch Cup. I don't want to pressure you, but a Hufflepuff victory would mean a lot for our house. Winning the Quidditch Cup would mean a lot to Hufflepuff. And to Skye. Can't forget about her. And to Orion. Oh yeah, don't forget about him. And to Murphy. Yeah, we gotta make sure we rally up my Quidditch squad. Who's next that I want to thank? And to Penny and Facepaint Kid. You've got a lot on your plate. It seems possibly too much for one Hufflepuff to bear. Would you like to talk about it? I'm sure you've worked hard, and I'd love to hear how you've prepared. I've watched a great deal of Quidditch over the years. I might even have some advice, if you'd like it. I suppose that makes sense. I'll tell you what I can. That's everything I can think of. Do you have any advice? I would advise you to work with your teammates. You can count on them as they can count on you. How do you plan to win the Quidditch Cup for Hufflepuff? Hard work, flawless strategy, or Ravenclaw's weakness? Hard work, maybe? I plan to work hard and play my best during the match. Yeah, because it's all about working hard and believing in yourself rather than try to mess with the competition. Like, if you play your cards right by working hard yourself, it'll just fall into place. A very Hufflepuff response. Well done. In any case, I'll let you get to it. After all, you're playing for the Quidditch Cup. Good luck, Miss Spirits. Now go on and make Hufflepuff proud. Part 2. The truth comes out. Learn what really happened between Ralph and Skye to clear the air while there's still time. Oh, the truth comes out? What truth? Now I am very, very curious. You got me hooked. I want to know about this truth. Did you hear? Rita Skeeter's writing an article about our house team. The Daily Prophet is rubbish. If you want the truth, read the Quibbler. I read Rita Skeeter's last article. I'll never look at the minister the same way again. What did she write about the minister? And the minister of who? What? The minister of what exactly? Now I'm a bit scared of Rita. Why do you want to see me? Haven't you got enough about Skye for your article? I'm afraid Skye Parkin's profile has lost some of its appeal now that she won't play for the Quidditch Cup. I thought your readers wanted to know everything about the Parkins. Yeah, why not also do more further research with her family members. She has a family. Only when one of them is competing for a trophy. The shinier, the better. Then, what do you want to talk about? You, of course! I want an interview. But you already interviewed me. Why do you want to interview me again? With me? Naturally, after all, you're the upstart chaser playing for the Quidditch Cup. Since Sky's story has lost its luster, I've decided my article will focus on 2 members of your team. Is one of them being me and the other one being Sky? So you want to do like a blend? Sky Parkin, whose surname is practically synonymous with Quidditch itself. And Emmzy Spirits. I'm not sure how Sky would feel about that. Oh yeah, she might not like the article soon suddenly being about like half of her and half of me, because she thought that the article is basically 100% fully on her. Miss Parkin knows the value of good press. An article would conjure up some excitement before the match. Perhaps I'll have some useful information for you in return. Oh, she does have useful information. And my curiosity is piqued. I want to know about this useful information. All right. What do you want to know? Everything, my dear. I want to know everything. I have to go to practice soon. What's the useful information you have for me? Let me ask you a final question first. Off the record. About Sky Parkin and her animosity towards Miss Raff. You believe that Raff injured Parkin on purpose, don't you? Why would she do that? Well, let's just say Sky sometimes jumps to conclusions when it comes to Raff anyway. Yeah, if anything bad happens in the Quidditch area, Raff is always the first to blame. Like, Sky is always pointing fingers. Like, oh, Sky, something's happened. And then Sky's like, Raff did it. Just no questions. I just know it's her, 100%. So, she's impulsive? And through a series of mysterious events, ended up in the hospital wing? And now she blames Ruff for her injury? Well, yes. Was her erratic and impulsive behavior the cause of her injury, thus hobbling your team before your final match? She didn't deserve to be hit by a bludger, on purpose or on accident. I never said she did. I simply want to know what you think of Sky's behavior. Defend, condemn, or no comment. I really just want to say no comment, but I gotta defend my girl. I don't care if she twists my words around. I'm just throwing it out there that Sky is my teammate. Yes, and she can be impulsive, but she believes she was doing the right thing at the time. Loyalty is a valuable thing when it is reciprocated. I wonder if Sky is as loyal to your team as you are. Would your opinion change if you knew for certain which of them is telling the truth? But I don't know. No one does. The truth always comes out, Emmzy. No matter how painful it is to others. I've done a little digging myself, and while I don't know if Ruff injured Sky on purpose... Oh my goodness, wait! This fake kid is standing there happily listening in. Wait, was he there the whole time and I just didn't notice until now? He's like, nothing to see, walking away. Rumor has it that there was a witness. And is she saying that Facepaint Kid's the witness? You excited about the Quidditch Cup final, Emmzy? It's good to get back on the pitch. I missed Orient's training exercises. Everything comes down to this next match. Let's hope we're ready. I am glad you have come, Emmzy. It is almost time to begin our practice, one of many. Squabbles and conflict have unbalanced our team, mentally and literally. We will need to practice if we are to win the Quidditch Cup. It is what Sky would want. Counterpoint, Sky would want you to destroy Raph. Shouldn't you be in the commentary box? Don't worry about that right now. Sky says you need to find a way to beat Raph, otherwise we can all kiss the Quidditch Cup goodbye. And she's right about that, in a tactical sense. The best way to win the Quidditch Cup is to find Raph's weakness and tailor your strategy around it. In fact, it might be the only way. Besides, Sky can hold a grudge. She won't forgive Raph for putting her in the hospital wing. That reminds me, Rita Skeeter hinted that Facepaint Kid saw what happened between Raph and Sky. This is excellent news! If we find out what really happened, we can settle all of this, leaving us to concentrate on the match. It might be a challenge. I don't think Facepaint Kid wants to tell anyone. He even ran away when Rita pointed him out to me. There's a 78.3% chance we can persuade him. Well, the percentage is high, so that sounds promising. But we'll need a plan. There's still time before you have to get to practice. Yes, let us discuss our course of action. Once our path is beneath our feet, we can return to the true test. And what is this true test, Orion? Does it involve the Quidditch Cup? The Quidditch Finals? The Quidditch match between us and Ravenclaw? Winning the Quidditch Cup! Okay, I was kind of right. It was Quidditch based. So it's decided? We'll talk to Facepaint Kid after practice? There is still the matter of what we do with the information given to us. Why don't we decide after we talk to Facepaint Kid? Very wise, Emmzy. That's the kind of strategic thinking I'd like to see. Now you lot have some practice to do, and I have to get up to the commentary box. I hope our pursuit of the truth does not get in the way of our goal. Don't worry, we're chasers. Scoring goals is our specialty. Facepaint Kid? You heard about Sky's injury, right? And you know that Sky blames Raph, and Raph insists it was an accident. Of course! What kind of fan would I be if I didn't know everything there is to know about our team? Your knowledge is what we need. The uncertainty regarding Raph and Sky has allowed their conflict to fester. So when I heard you saw what happened... Who told you that? Rita Skeeter. Really? I'm surprised. She's never cared about Quidditch or the sanctity of overheard secrets. He's got a point. I've read Rita's articles, and she never includes any relevant information, or statistics, or commentary on each player's maneuvers and how they affected the outcome of the match. Would you tell us what you saw? It's not good. There's a reason I didn't want to say anything, but you're Sky's teammates, so I suppose it's not betraying the team, right? The truth is never a betrayal. You can tell us. We just want to know what really happened. We won't tell anyone if you don't want us to. Alright, I'll tell you what I saw. So, Raph was telling the truth? It really was an accident? I'm sorry, I didn't say anything earlier. Well, it's okay. At least you told us now. Please don't tell anyone I told you. I want to keep wearing face paint for Team Spirit, not witness protection. Well, you call yourself face paint kid, so you're kind of already technically in witness protection. Like you're keeping your actual name a secret. And what do you mean, face paint kid? I'm actually really curious to know if we'll ever discover Face Paint Kid's actual name. Sky blames Raph. Do you know what it would happen if it got out that Raph's innocent? Oh, she was already mad about the rumors, and oh, this is just the cherry on top. The icing to the cake. If Raph hears this, she'll explode with anger and vengeance. She'll be wanting Hufflepuff blood. People would think she made up the whole thing to make Raph look bad. Oh yeah, and Sky! Like, cause she's saying all the fibs, like, people will suddenly then soon turn a blind eye or call her the boy who cried wolf or something? Exactly! And now that horrible Skeeter woman is sniffing around. She is not important. We must use the truth to resolve the conflict between Raph and Sky. Let's start by telling Sky. She's our teammate after all. Oh, and she's probably gonna feel silly about being wrong. To the hospital wing then! I may have overheard Sky saying she's getting out of the hospital wing soon. Oh, well that's nice. Finally up and about. Hey. Really? Oh, that's fantastic! He's so happy, and yet Murphy is looking at me and Orion and not at Facepaint Kid. It is indeed excellent news. That settles it. Let's tell Sky as soon as she's out of the hospital wing. Well, where are we gonna meet up, though? Have we got a plan? There she is! What do you need to find balance for, Orion? I'm the one who was injured. I am glad to see you have recovered, Sky. Everyone was worried. Try not to scare us like that again, alright? I don't think we can take it. A bludger can't keep me down. Not for long, anyway. Madame Pomfrey won't let me play in the match. Well, it's best to play it safe and wait until fully recovered. I mean, you just got out of bed. But I can still help the team win the Quidditch Cup. By supporting your fellow Hufflepuffians? And destroy Raph in the process. About that. Facepaint Kid saw what happened between you and Raph. Smashing! Can't wait to show everyone what kind of witch Raph really is. Well, hold your horses there, Sky. You need to hear the whole truth of our discovery of the truth. He says it was an accident. What? That's why he kept it quiet. He didn't want anyone thinking you made up the story. But now we know the truth, and we can focus on winning the Quidditch Cup. Start at the beginning. I want to know what he had to say. You think Raph hit me with a bludger by accident? That's what Facepaint Kid said. He didn't want to tell us, which increases the likelihood that he's telling the truth by 87.6%. He feared the truth would cast you in an unfavorable light. Because if Raph's innocent, I'm the one making things up. We didn't say that. You have reached conclusions without considering alternatives in the past. I know you thought they were true at the time. Thought you were on my side, Emmzy. A team is a circle. There are no sides. Yeah, well, suppose we aren't much of a team then. Have fun in your match. Bet you'll win now that I'm not there to muck it up. Oh, Sky's upset. I honestly didn't think she'd take it so hard. I'm sure she doesn't mean it. Winning matters to Sky. She's just upset. Hopefully she can get over it. I hope the truth will allow Sky to heal emotionally, that it would bring our team together. But instead, we have torn our team apart. Should we talk to Raph about this? She's got a 76.4% chance of taking it better than Sky did. We must resolve this conflict to move on as a team. I'll talk to Raph. Now that we know the truth, we can focus on the match. And Ravenclaw can do the same. All that matters now is winning the Quidditch Cup. What do you want? Well, it's nice to see and hear that she's actually saying a lot more words than just being mute the entire time. I just want to tell you that we know you told the truth about what happens with Sky. And to apologize for not believing you. Yeah. Yeah, because I chose to believe Sky. Because I was sticking it to my teammates. And considering that I seen your powerful skill with the dummies, I mean... You're terrifying, Raph. What's your point? Now we can put everything behind us and focus on the match. We'll have a nice, clean, sportsmanlike battle for the Quidditch Cup. What do you say? Enough! I'm sorry? This is the second time Parkins accused me of something I didn't do. And the second time you've come to play peacekeeper. I didn't buy your act then, and I don't buy it now. And this is why I didn't take your side for when Sky was hit with a bludger. Okay? And it's not an act. I swear. Are you still trying to make this right? I'm trying or not anymore? No, honestly, I am. Genuinely. Empathetically. Sympathetic. I'm really going with my heart here. I'm simply trying to clear the air. I've tried before, but you didn't believe me. You can't clear the air if you won't admit you did anything wrong. I don't understand. What did I do wrong? You didn't stop Parkin from spreading lies about me. You didn't say anything about it until it came down on you. And now you have to face the consequences. Don't forget, Spirits, you're playing us next. Honestly, how could I forget? It is the ultimate Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw doesn't have weak links. We haven't lost a single match. Neither have we. That's when you had Parkin. Without her, you don't stand a chance. Calling my bluff, are you, Raph? Trying to call out my weakness. Sniff out my weakness, like a dog. That's not true. You and Parkin started this. I'm the one who'll end it. I love my face of fear. Part 3. It's almost time for the Quidditch Cup final. Uncover Raph's weakness, mend broken bonds, and find inspiration before the clock runs out. I took a kip in History of Magic, so my eyes are well rested. What's a kip? Like another word for a nap? Don't worry about bludgers, Emmzy. I'll look out for you. Wonder if I can cast a sticking charm on my gloves. Wouldn't that be technically cheating? Did you speak with Raph, Emmzy? How did it go? Now that she knows we know she told the truth. Poorly or awful? Well, I don't want to say she's awful, but I guess maybe we'll just talk about how the situation went down. It went rather poorly. If anything, telling her only made her angrier. So what was the whole point of the high 70% chance of her listening to me, Murphy? She's determined to destroy us in the final match. That is unfortunate. Statistically, telling Ruff that we knew the truth had a 98.3% chance of solving all of this. Well, it didn't. On the bright side, that means we're outliers. Is that good? I mean, you look happy about it. But it also means Sky's right about finding Raph's vulnerability. Anyway, oh my goodness, I can't even speak words. My tongue is getting twisty. And you can't beat Ravenclaw and win the Quidditch Cup until you know how to defeat Raph. Have you found anything? Nothing. It's like she's the ultimate beater. I heard you were looking for Raph's weakness. How did you know about that? Do you really need to ask? I felt terrible about betraying Sky and the team when I told you what happened with Raph. So I decided to make up for it. I listened to a couple Ravenclaw chasers talking. Oh, and what did you find? And I heard something you could use. Could it be about a weakness, perhaps? Really? That's fantastic! Could you enlighten us, Facepaint Kid? Please? With haste, if possible. Emmzy and I must join our team in today's Quidditch practice. Alright, here's what I've learned. So what you're saying is, Raph's got a blind spot? Exactly. If you get in her blind spot, she won't be able to see you at all. Okay, so I guess that's Raph's weak point, a blind spot, but exactly where is her blind spot? That could explain why she's fouled so many players. She simply can't see them. Yeah, but where specifically is her blind spot, though? That's the main question. Well, that's the main point of the question. The main mystery of that question. Only problem is, her teammates didn't say where her blind spot is. Yeah, that's my point exactly. How do we know where it is? That's not the only problem. There aren't any tactics designed to take advantage of someone's blind spot. So I'll have to invent one. Do you have time to make up a whole new strategy? I'll be cutting it close, but I should have something for you before the Quidditch final. This could be the advantage we need to win the Quidditch Cup. While I do not believe we require such an advantage, I must admit that it would help us win the Quidditch Cup. Thank you, Facepaint Kid. You have done our house a great favor. You can thank me by beating Ravenclaw and winning the cup. I should get to work, creating a new maneuver specifically to take advantage of a blind spot. Yeah, that's a bit of a challenge. You gotta think of multiple points. Multiple positions of a possible blind spot. It'll be my greatest tactical challenge yet! Oh, and you do love a tactical challenge. Emmzy and I shall focus on our practice. I have devised several exercises to build our team and acclimate our replacement chaser. I don't think I said acclimate? Bear with me, please. I'm gonna be flubbing words left and right and center. Even mispronouncing them. Sky will want to know about this. I'll tell her after practice. If she'll even speak to me. She will. Sharing this knowledge could repair the bond between Sky and our team. I'll talk to her after practice. She might even have ideas about using Raph's blind spot in a match. You want to talk? You want to talk? I wanted to tell you that we know Raph's weakness. Facepaint Kid told us she has a blind spot. He doesn't know where, but It's a start. Good. Glad you found it. Are you all right? Just found out Rita's article will be in the next Daily Prophet. It'll be nice feeling like I'm part of something. Thing is, I was part of something. Part of our team. I shouldn't have gone off on you. Or on Murphy and Orion. It's frustrating, sitting on the sidelines. I can't do anything to help the team. Couldn't even figure out Ralph's weakness before Facepaint Kid beat me to it. I failed the team. You haven't failed us or pull yourself together, no. She's feeling down and I need to lift up her spirits and say she hasn't failed. She will find a way to help us. You haven't failed us. Facepaint Kid is a legendary eavesdropper. No one can compete with that. I appreciate it, but I don't know how I can help the team. Don't worry, Sky, you'll manage to help. There'll be something that can fit your skills and ability. Maybe there'll be a point where your specialty will come to the rescue. Come into our aid. Also, you can help us find a way to use Ralph's blind spot against her. We can't do it without you. Yeah, maybe you probably have some suggestions, some ideas. You sure about that? I can say with 100% certainty that we need your help. If we don't come up with a new strategy, Ravenclaw has a 92.4% chance of winning the Quidditch Cup. Oh, those odds are pretty high. I don't like the sound of that, Murphy. That means we have to come up with a new strategy to hopefully deduct 92%. It will take all four of us to devise a way to use our opponent's vulnerability to our advantage. Of course, we don't know exactly where Ralph's blind spot is. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Let's get started. We don't have much time before the match. We have to figure this out now. I've got it! Remember that time Ralph collided with one of her mates? Think it was her last house match. She nearly knocked the Seeker out of the sky. Could have cost her the Quidditch Cup. He was flying just over her shoulder. So is that possible where the blind spot is? Just over the shoulder? Or roughly around her shoulder area? But which shoulder though? Is it the left or the right? But that has to be her blind spot. If you're in her blind spot, she can't see you. And if she can't see you, she can't hit you with a bludger. Emmzy and I must leave you. Our practice will begin momentarily. But we haven't finished designing your new tactic. I have to work out the details, factor in the odds of injury. We can handle that. Tactics won't do them much good if they don't practice. You do not have to take on our burden, Sky. I want to help the team, even if I can't play in the match. With Sky's help, we should have a finished strategy for you when you're done with practice. Don't we need time to learn a new maneuver? We will test this maneuver on Ralph herself during our final match against Ravenclaw. Orion, are you crazy? On the fly? Without any practice? Can we really do that? Perform a maneuver for the first time during a match? If we feel it in the moment, we will execute it exactly as we should. I suppose we could get lucky. Your mention of luck is fortuitous. Really? How? You will see. As our final match approaches, there are some things we must do. As a team.